Good afternoon, July the 23rd, 2015. Time to wrap it up for today's trading. Really had another really pretty good day. Started out overview, wanted to sell failure to take out 13 to 15. Lowered that to the 2110 area after this high was put in. The first trade of the day was a retest failure mean green trade that we did not take. That was a winner. This trade we said it was a low probability trade. We were selling into the hole. We stopped out, could have made one tick on that particular trade. Got another retest failure right here. Then leg one down, leg two. And this turns out to be the trade of the day. Chop through lunch, head and shoulders bottom, 4 attempts to break it. If you can't break it on 4 attempts, somebody's going to cover the shorts. They do. We had 2100 right here as resistance. Why 2100? That's where we thought we were going to get stops for the last 2 days. We finally did. And it's a pretty round number, and the market looks like it's going to sell into the close. So the trading, again, it takes a long time to develop, or it just, bam, it's just the market really moves, and it moves in a big way. And a lot of that is a function of the illiquidity that we find in the market and the lack of players on the short side. So pretty good day in the E-mini as far as our calls went, where we wanted to get long or short. I want to talk to y'all about, everybody wants to know, how do I take a swing trade? And there's 2 ways to take a swing trade. And the deal for you is, where you don't screw up your day trading, will be in puts or calls. And right here, the second the market gets up to the 2125 area, buying a 2075 or a 2100 put, either or, you've got a if you take this out right here, you got very limited risk. The other way to do it would have been yesterday when you broke that bars low at 2108. You would have bought the 2075 puts. And we talked again about this morning that this probably, I think the market has to retest that level right there. So there's a couple of ways to get in. There's a couple of ways that you can take advantage for 1 to 3 day trades called swing trades that are pretty easy to do. We're sellers, lower high, lower low. Looking at the F2 screen, several distributions here today. We have a new break in the E period. Looks like we got a break in the L period right here. Okay, somebody asked me the other day, what's the second way that I split? When this right here, L, when it takes out support, J, that's the start of the new distribution. It did not come out of the middle. They don't have to come out of the middle. So if you want to look at the second way, right here's the first split. A move out of the middle comes out of a high volume area. Right here is the second way that you split it. It takes out support. The screen right now confirms the F1 screen. We do have sellers. Probably the cleanest break in the market right now is 2100. So if the market were to close right here, and it doesn't look like it will, the first place should be a seller would be the 94.96 for Globex. Second place would be 99 to 01. On the buy side, 85.87. Let them go lower in the overnight. Then 80.82. Some news tomorrow. We've got PMI manufacturing flash at 53.7. It's above 50. It means the economy is still growing. And then new home sales, 550K. This number could come in higher than forecast. Of late, the permits, the starts, the pending home sales, existing home sales have all come in higher than forecast in the housing sector. And so this one is a piece of news. It came in great at that number or greater. It would allow the Fed to raise interest rates sooner rather than later. Am I real confident the bottom's going to fall out of the market and it's going to come quickly? No. I think we're in a trading range. I think the Fed will be in supporting the market when things start to look pretty black. Although there has been a decided bearish turn in the equity articles over the last couple of days around the globe. Nobody seems to be too pleased with what's going on. Okay, looking at the note, tomorrow's option expiration. The play today is probably 26 and a halves, 27 and a halves. Step it up, so that would make the 26-16 area. Maybe it's a 26-27 play. Higher low, higher high. We're buyers off the F1 screen. You get the F2 screen. We've broken it out, and the market were to close right here. We've got resistance. Imagine we'll get stops above this high, but in Globex, but we're going to sell failure in Globex to take out 2024. The E-mini rallies back. That's going to be too hard to do than 27 to 31 for sell 2. News focus will be new home starts at 10 Eastern tomorrow. Don't think anybody pays a lot of attention to PMI. Okay, we're at 19 right now. We get new highs at 15, at 16 in H period. Got a H period low of 13.5, a G period low of 12.5. So if the E-mini continues to sell, 17 to 13 will be buy one. If the E-mini rallies back, we're going to make it 9 to 13. We'll just rotate it down 4. Okay, looking at the ZB, very, very strong. The knob spread got even wider today. So they'll probably be buying 155s or 156s in calls for tomorrow. And the reason is we're above 4. Today coming in, it was 152, 154. Yesterday it was 151, 154. So this 154 price point right here is pretty important. But the knob spread is moving up, and that's probably our most bullish indicator. So selling failure to take out 20 to 24 and 31 to 03. Volume gets pretty skimpy above 55. 55 is a fairly round number, 155. Last rotate down was 154. We're at 54.16. Value is 5 to 9. Got a single print at 13, so we'll put a question mark at 13. 5 to 9 buy 1. And then on the breakout, we'll make 21.25 for buy 2. And big contract, if the knob spread starts to contract, people take profits. This thing could come in a hurry on the short side. So we're going to be at near support, but if we bust that, we're going to go back and play for against that breakout. Looking at gold, F1, inside day. That usually, actually it's a higher low and a higher high. It looked like an inside day. Looks like we're gonna have a fairly weak close. So we're really selling 1100 and we're buying 1085s. This one says the market can trade higher tomorrow. Maybe end of the week short covering is the dynamic that takes us up. So here we are at 87. We spilled from 90. Very, very close. We got a high volume number at 93. So first sell is going to be 90 to 92. Second sell is going to be 95 to 97. Buy ones in this 85 area plus or minus. Stops below 85. And then our 80 to 82. And if we take that out, no reason not to expect we're going to 1050. Maybe not in a day, but this market is certainly pointed lower. And the selling can come from got to get assets from someplace. Could be people throwing in the towel on deflation. And we've talked about it for over a year. Why is gold selling? Deflation is one thing that nobody talked about. Obviously, central banks are trying to knock the price down to maintain the illusion of no inflation. But deflation could be the real reason. Crude's getting whacked. Because the market is selling, the tone of the articles decidedly bearish this week. This 50 is a pretty round number. Structurally, this 46, 50, 40, looks like 48 right here. Support, so we're going to have support here at 48, and in the 46, 50, 47 area. And right across here, the attractor, this high volume number right here, we got there. So we're looking for a place to sell it. End of the week profit taking is definitely a dynamic that could impact the trading tomorrow. So just looking at where the structure is, our 48 and a quarter, 48 even by 1, that's where support is. Got the spill from 49, 49, 49 and a quarter, sell 1, 49, 50, 75, sell 2. And then on the buy side, 47, 50, 47, 75. 47, 50 is kind of one of those little waypoint numbers. 45, 47, 50, 50. Kind of halfway in between 45. And you know, we laugh or we scoff at that, but a lot of the thinking or the mindset or the mentality that you deal with in the exchange member has to do with how fast can I do the math? Can I think and do this on my feet? Where's my next trading target? On my feet, in the getting jostled by those around me, which doesn't happen anymore. But again, that mindset is pretty common. You know, we think we're up against just super sophisticated, super smart people on every trade, and they're the ones that put the lows and the highs in. But for the most part, we're out there, we're dealing against exchange members, we're dealing against traders, and they don't, quite often, they don't get that deep. Higher low, higher high on the euro. We got pretty good resistance here at 110. Good support at 850. The way is clear now to negotiate the third Greek bailout. Everybody said it'll take 3 or 4 weeks, so that's what's going to happen now. Greece isn't going to change the deal. They're desperate for money. Now, when it gets done and everything gets inked and they got cash flow for however long the period is, then that's when the squawking and the fighting and the riots will probably pick back up with Greece. And so I got to be good until my rich uncle gives me the money that I desperately need. Then I'm going to go back to bitching and griping what a creep he is. 1025 is resistance, so we're right where we were this morning. Sell 1, 15 to 25. Sell 2, 45 to 55. On the buy side, 975. 65 split it this morning, 950. And if we can't bust that 975 area, I think we have a chance in London. We start back up. We're probably going to pretty fair shot at getting to 1050. Okay, that's it for July the 23rd, 2015. God, how time flies. Hope you all had a good day. Our calls, our research was pretty damn good today. I'll see y'all bright and early in the morning, 6:45 a.m. Central Time. I am out of here.